thanks a lot for the opportunity to come here, TechLed. So I am actually from the research center in Niskayuna, formerly known as GE Global Research. About now almost 2 years, right? A minute ago, we split up in 3 businesses. So now we are formally part of GE HealthCare. The work I'm actually going to tell you about today was developed over about a decade through a lot of collaborations with NextFlex, MBMC, and definitely brought in industry, academia together, a large list of people to acknowledge here. I really wanted to thank my colleague and co-PI in many of these projects, Mark Pollux, right? I mean, that he and I got together, I don't know, about a decade ago and have been developing this project. So thanks a lot. And Mark has actually spoken about some of this area in the previous TechBlick conversation in Berlin. But I'm just going to tell you a little bit about where we are going and my angle of GE Healthcare, a medical device manufacturer, that what we are trying to do here. Start with my disclaimers. There is a lot of work that was sponsored by AFRL. These are my views, and we are authorized to release this work. Okay. Let me just, sorry for this. This has a build-up. So I told you that I come from GE Healthcare, and I just wanted to start by mentioning to you that GE Healthcare, as a medical device manufacturer, touches upon many segments of the devices that are used in hospitals. And we have a business that particularly focuses on monitoring solutions. And those monitoring solutions that actually go everywhere from your ICU, right? I mean, then to your general ward, to your anesthesia room. And for many of you that are, all of us that are following the world of healthcare, digital is happening, right? I mean, and because of the electronic medical records and whatnot, that many of our devices start being connected, actually. And that is part of how the operation is going to be. Wearable devices are a super important component of that for multiple reasons. One of them is just because they actually allow the patients to be moved across the continuum of care. You start like maybe with a severe operation or something like that, but hopefully you go to the general ward, and from there you go to home. And as you go there, you would like to have a device that follows you and allows the doctor to release you earlier. But they are also super, super important for another very important aspects of the healthcare that we are all aware of, is the shortage of the medical staff and the fact that we are all thankfully getting older because the medicine has advanced, but we are getting older and sicker, right? So, and as such, actually, there is a shortage of that need for chronic diseases at home, but also very importantly in hospitals, right? You want your nurses to actually, and your doctors to be treating you, right? I mean, and not being burdened by taking care of what device to put in, what not. So you want, in this new ecosystem of the digital health that is coming, right, the devices to disappear in the background, right? I mean, you just want them to, and in order to do that, actually, that's the dream that we have been chasing for a decade now. And let me tell you that we are not quite there, right? So why is that? There was a question brought on a minute ago about the volumes. Okay, how many patients are there today in the hospitals, right, that are using devices in a continuum manner? The majority of them are in ICUs, operation room, whatnot. In the US, roughly speaking, is about 5 million people, right? I mean, that end up in the hospitals in those situations. As you go to the general ward, right? I mean, then that number, we have a lot more patients that go to the general ward. That number drops. You do not have continuous monitoring. You have the spot check, which is not so good. But if you wanted to actually, just in the US, you wanted to go from monitoring everyone in the hospitals, you're talking about 30 million devices, right? You need to be making those devices cost effectively. right? Cost effectively is at the system level. This is not just about how much it costs me to make the device, but what is the cost of utilization, what is the cost of infection, disinfection,